William Shakespeare was probably born on about 23rd of April in 1564, the date that is traditionally given for his birth. His father, John Shakespeare, was a leather worker, so he was not born into a family of nobility or significant wealth. Shakespeare, as the son of a leading Stratford citizen, almost certainly attended at the Stratford Grammar School. Like all such schools, its curriculum consists of an intense emphasis on the Latin classics, including memorization, writing, and acting classic Latin plays. Shakespeare most likely attended until about age 15. He didn't continue his formal education at university. A few years after he left school in late 1582, William Shakespeare married Anne Hathaway. She was already expecting their firstborn child, Susanna, which was a fairly common situation at the time. When they married, Anne was 26 and William was 18. In early 1585, the couple had twins, Judith and Harriet, completing the family. The years ahead, Anne and the children lived in Stratford, while Shakespeare worked in London. Having established himself as an actor and playwright in 1584, Shakespeare became a shareholder in the Lord Campbellion's Men, one of the most popular acting companies in London. He remained a member of this company for the rest of his career, often playing before the court of Queen Elizabeth I. Shakespeare entered one of his most prolific periods around 1595, writing Richard II, Romeo and Juliet, and The Merchant of Venice. 2 years later, the Lord Campbellion's Men were establishing the Polygonal Globe Theatre on the outskirts of London. When King James came to the throne in 1603, he used a royal license to Shakespeare and his fellow players, organizing them as the King's Men. During King James' reign, Shakespeare wrote many of his most accomplished plays about courtly power, including King Lear, Macbeth, and Antony and Cleopatra. Among all his work, we should highlight The Merchant of Venice, in which a merchant in 16th century Venice must default on a large loan provided by an abused Jewish moneylender. Romeo and Juliet, that is a tragedy about two young star-crossed lovers whose deaths ultimately reconciled their feuding families. It was among Shakespeare's most popular plays during his lifetime, and along with Hamlet is one of his most frequently performed plays. Macbeth, that is a tragedy also, set mainly in Scotland. The play dramatizes the damaging physical and psychological effects of the political ambition on those who seek power for its own sake. The tragedy of Hamlet, Prince of Denmark, often short to Hamlet, is as well a tragedy. It's set in the Kingdom of Denmark. The play dramatizes the revenge Prince Hamlet is called to wreak upon his uncle Claudius by the ghost of Hamlet's father, King Hamlet. Claudius had murdered his own brother and seized the throne, also marrying his deceased brother's widow. Hamlet is Shakespeare's longest play. And finally, Othello, also known as the tragedy of Othello, the Moor of Venice, that is based on a story of Cynthia, a Moorish captain, a disciple of vocation. He given it varied and enduring themes of racism, love, jealousy, betrayal, revenge, and repentance. Shakespeare died on 23rd of April in 1660.